right, hopefully sound's coming through this time. Just realized it didn't on the other videos, but social media is a tool that can bring people together from across the world. At the same time, it's also showing a spectrum of content that will keep you on your couch late at night watching those endless and endless TikToks. Social media is flying with people's brains. My name is Andy Castillo, and I hope that through speaking on the impacts of social media consumption, everyone can make sure that they aren't overwatching content online to the point where it will negatively impact your life. On top of just being another person who succumbs to the endless short form content, I've looked a lot into these negative effects that it has on the brain that these quick dopamine has. Social media inherently wants to keep people on their sites for as long as possible, and people need to actively combat this by limiting the time they spend on it and engaging in other healthier hobbies. In our current day and age, a new type of vice people have is this intense relationship with their phones, and more specifically, the quick bits of dopamine that one can get. In relation to the relationship we have with their phones, Jamie Waters states that we turn to it for quick hits, seeking validation, distraction with each swipe, and like and tweet. Since the turn of the millennium, behavioral opposed to substance addictions have soared. Paragraph 3. Well done. Okay. In an age where we have countless opportunities never allowed for our predecessors, people are still inherently drawn to these easy bits of fun. Moreover, Water states that although we have these endless founts of fun at our fingertips, this data is showing that we're being less and less happy. Wanting to not to be bored is just a natural feeling, but at a certain point, if you're just on your phone, you're going to lose track of time unintentionally and block out these other parts of your life. Benedict Esposito states that is it a coincidence that people seem to have even shorter attention spans now? Sometimes I cannot even sit at a red light without pulling out the phone or standing in line in a store or sitting on the beach or going to the concert. Paragraph 16, even during writing this, I found myself looking at my phone for way too long while taking breaks and scrolling through reels that my friends might send me for way too long. I got like I even got a notification during like one of these recordings of my friend sending me a little Instagram reel, and I just turned off my phone and went away. The only thing left to do when faced with a problem like social media addiction is just to face it full frontal. While phones can be huge factors in social media addiction, they can also be used to combat it. For example, by strategically adding friction to our phone use experience, we can become more mindful of our use and less instinctively likely to scroll. This can be done by using tools provided within the phone themselves. And Jacqueline Nessie provides personal experience in which their husband achieved a screen time reduction success by deleting frequently used apps from his phone, as well as blocking time wasting websites. Paragraph 20. Phones are just tools to be used by whoever knows how to use them correctly. With a miniature computer at one side at all times, people just have to take control and know that the collective shift to online consumption makes certain aspects of time management easier. For example, automated time tracking, greater access to the integrated scheduling, and notifications. Silverman, page 45. Others may bring up that there is a chance that one ignores all these preemptive measures that they put themselves in. In response to that, I honestly have to say that anyone trying to limit themselves on social media shows that they at least want to stop this habit that they have. Even if it is a long process, I don't think that it's a bad thing if someone has a bump in their journey, as long as they're putting the effort in. I myself find myself after work, I have long days, 2 to 9, come home at, I think most of the time it's 10, cook a meal, 10:30, then it's 11, brush my teeth, and then I'm on my phone, and it's, oh, wow, this is it's so annoying. And then it's 12, and I keep going, and then it's 1 a.m. It's just like, I don't think it matters if you have bad moments as long as you're, as a whole, getting on to trying to use social media less. Going forward, the choice is left up to each person if they truly see the time they spend on social media as detrimental to their life or not. To put to people deep in social media hole, it can be a large amount of time freed up if you can do it to enjoy other endeavors. The life with the solution, personally, life can take social media or social media can take chunks out of people's days. And personally, I find myself reading a lot more. I find myself actually having a couple hours set aside in my days to finish art pieces. Time that I previously thought wasn't fair, but once I got off of Instagram, got off of TikTok, I had so much more time. Life without the solution, without actually limiting oneself, you might find yourself laying on your bed hours after you woke up, still scrolling through videos that you truly have little to no interest in. The actual doing of just the actual just getting off of social media is up to each individual because life is just your own. My life is mine, and I'm the only person who can make me stop being on social media. Same for everybody else. Just look at the time spent on your phone and truly evaluate if this is healthy for your current life and life you want to have. And if it's not, I suggest you take serious action to change it. Putting limits on apps, actively trying to spend more time pursuing other hobbies, force yourself to go out more, really just live your life. There's embedded time limits already on apps, free to use, but don't see it as like this allotted time to just scroll through your phone, but just see it as this stepping stone to get that time lower and lower. All this being said, I am myself trying to lower the time that I spend on my phone and will continue to do so after this. Social media is intentionally made by these huge companies to present people with content that will keep them for their on their app for as long as possible. Like rage bait, there's so much. All this stuff is just people reposting other people's stuff or making their own content to keep you on their app. And it's up to you to know when this loop just becomes unhealthy. The quick bits of dopamine from TikTok should just be short. And if they start invading into your life, just make sure to practice these limits, to truly take action in your life, to get it to a point where it's just another piece of fun and not a parasite that eats away at your life. Social media isn't this big bad evil. It's still a place where you can reconnect with your friends and chat with people you wouldn't be able to in person. But just with all this short form content flooding these sites, I just say be careful with your time because truly we only have so much. And these are my references. All right. Have a good night.